Hi guys, welcome back to the home and Homestead. Today we will be doing part 6 of a multi-part series of what to do with all that zucchini. And for today we'll be trying a sweet recipe. We'll be doing zucchini pumpkin bundt cake. If you don't have a bundt cake pan, you can also use a 9-inch loaf pan. So we'll be trying this recipe out combining some shredded zucchini and pureed pumpkin and the different spices to make what turns out to be hopefully a nice spicy bundt cake that is reminiscent of fall flavors. So first what we will do today is get the zucchini shredded. So for a single recipe you will need 2 cups of shredded zucchini. But I'll be doing a double recipe today and I'll be making 2 bundt cakes. So head over to the food processor and get the zucchini shredded. So if you watched, I did a recent unboxing video for this food processor. This is the Ninja Pro XL food processor, and you can check that video out to find out more about all the different features and things like that. Just generally speaking, it's a large capacity. It's a 12-cup food processor, and it has a really large chute here for the food, and it has a 3-part chute here as well, so you can do really small things up to a very large chute. So I'll be using this today to do the shredding of the zucchini. So I already have the little tower piece and the fine shred side of the shredding disc on. What I'll do is cut the ends off of my zucchinis, and I'll leave the skin right on, and I'll get these shredded down. Okay, so that was 4 cups of shredded zucchini. I'll set this aside for the recipe. But since I have some zucchinis out already, I think I'll shred these and I'll get these bagged up for freezing. You can watch exactly how I do that as well on the part 2 of the series, which is the zucchini bread video. And then you have nice shredded zucchini in the freezer ready to go for your recipes. So I'll get the rest of these zucchinis I have out shredded, and then we'll move on to the next step for the recipe. Okay, so now we'll work on putting together the batter. So in this bowl here we have the dry ingredients. Again, we are doubling the recipe, so I have 6 cups of flour, 4 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, a half teaspoon of ground clove, 1 teaspoon of ground ginger, 1 teaspoon of salt, 4 teaspoons of baking powder, and 2 teaspoons of baking soda. So I'm just going to mix this together a little bit. I'm using my Danish dough whisk. If you haven't heard of this before, haven't used one before, it works really well for making doughs and things like we're doing today. Alright, so that's all blended together. We'll set that aside, and then in a separate bowl we'll be doing the wet ingredients with some sugar. So what I have in this bowl here is 2 tablespoons of vanilla, and to this I will add 6 eggs. And I'll just whisk the eggs and vanilla together. This is a little curved silicone coated whisk that I like for when I'm doing things like whisking eggs in a bowl and things like that. I can link both of the whisks in the description box below. Okay, so let's add the 6 eggs and 2 tablespoons of vanilla to 2 cups of brown sugar that are in this bowl already. We'll add 2 cups of pureed pumpkin, which is about the size of this can. If you can your own pumpkin, then use a pint of pureed pumpkin. And then we'll add 2 sticks of melted butter, and 2 sticks equals 1 cup of butter. Now we'll mix all of these wet ingredients together just so they're well combined. Okay. And now we'll add the wet ingredients to the dry ingredients. Now we'll mix these all together, and this will make our cake batter. So I preheated the oven to 350 degrees. Just finish mixing the wet and dry ingredients. Now we will add in the 4 cups of shredded zucchini. And now we'll add 2 cups of raisins. And we'll just fold the raisins in. So as I said earlier, I'm doing a double batch, so I have 2 bundt pans. These are USA Pan Bundt Cake pans. I can link these in the description box below as well. So I'll just try to equally get this batter into both of these bundt cake pans. If you don't have a bundt cake pan, you can use a 9-inch loaf pan as well. But I kind of like the look of a bundt cake. It's a little fancier presentation, and if you have the pan, you may as well use it. Now I'll put the bundt cake pans onto a little flat cookie sheet here. I'll get these into the oven. I'll put them in, I'll start with an hour, and then I'll check them and we'll go from there. Alright, so it's been an hour and I just tested the bundt cakes and they are done. I tested them with the toothpick and they came out nice and clean. So let me get the bundt cakes out of the oven here. We'll set them on the cooling rack in the pan for about 10 minutes and then I'll pop them out of the bundt cake pans. They smell very good. They smell like fall. Like pumpkin spice kind of flavors are in the air right now. Alright, so we'll let these cool in the pans for 10 minutes and we'll come back and give them a taste. Alright, so I let the bundt cake cool inside the pan and then I turned it out onto a cooling rack and now I've placed it on this little serving plate. So you can either serve it as is or sprinkle it with a little powdered sugar, which is what I'll do today. You could also make a simple glaze with some powdered sugar and water and drizzle that over the top, or whatever your favorite frosting or glaze is. So let's cut into this and we'll give it a taste. Nice and moist cake here on the inside. Tastes like fall. Nice moist cake here with the pumpkin and the zucchini. The added raisins, that gives it a nice little flavor. It's certainly not overly sweet, so you could do some sort of a frosting or glaze. A little caramel drizzle might be nice too. It's very good. Well, there you have it. Here is what to do with all that zucchini, part 6, a sweet zucchini recipe of zucchini pumpkin bundt cake. If you want to try out some new sweet zucchini recipes, this one may be worth a try. It was nice and sweet. It also has all the spices of fall, and I could see this going very well with a pumpkin spice latte or chai tea, or just something real cozy to snack on with a warm beverage, maybe apple cider and a nice blanket on a rainy, cool day. Well, I hope you enjoyed our time together in the kitchen, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. See you next time. Take care.